Sikubingelele sikwamukele indaba zehora lokuqala emini sibingelele nakuwe osibuka ohlelweni lethu olusha lezokusakaza ku DTT lezi indaba nizethulelwa usakhiwo ngwakwasokhela nazi ezinohlonze emini nje. Umengameli Cyril Ramaphosa usethelekile eGeneva eSwitzerland uyothamela ingqungquthela yezemisebenzi emhlabeni esingethwe inhlangano ebhekele ezisebenzi emhlabeni International Labour Organization.
We have to deal decisively with the proliferation of illegal firearms and to aggressively be on the search for the dangerous weapon. We have managed to seize 1,663 firearms.
Izibalo zobugebengu zehle ngamaphesenti amabili esigamini sesine sonyaka wemali u-2022-2023. Lokhu kuvezwe yikhomishana amaphoyisa kulesi sifundazwe uJenene Elasmawela ngesikhathi ethula izibalo zobugebengu zalesi sifundazwe.
I think we had a rough start, but we definitely, how can I say, got back up on the horse towards the end of the season. And I mean, it's how you end, not how you start.
Ibulls ithi lithemba ukuthi izokwenza kahle uma itholana phezulu neChitazi emidlalweni owandulela wamanqamu omqhudelwano eCurrie Cup ngomgqibelo.
Xhumana nophiko lwezindaba ze-SABC sithinte uma ufuna ukusazisa noma ukusiluma indlebe ngodaba oluthile noma ingqinamba ezikhungethe umphakathi wangakini ungasishayela kule nombolo ethi 011 714 6133 noma usithumele i-email ku news@sabc.co.za. SABC News izwi lakho sizimele asithathi hlangothi.
Umengameli Cyril Ramaphosa usethelekile eGeneva eSwitzerland ukuyothamela ingqungquthela yezemisebenzi emhlabeni esingethwe inhlangano ebhekelele ezisebenzi emhlabeni International Labour Organization. Kulindeleke ukuthi lenkulumo phambi kwezigcukuthwane ezithamelele engqungquthela yensuku ezimbili ehlelwe i-International Labour Organization okunguphiko olukhethekile lwe-United Nations olugqugquzela ubulungiswa nezimo ezigculisayo zokusebenza emhlabeni. Iqhaza leNingizimu Afrika kule ngqungquthela kuqikelela ukuthi ukusebenza ngokubambisana nokubhekelela izidingo zamazwe asathuthuka kanti nezinye inhloko zemibuso zokwethula inkulumo kuyona le ngqungquthela. Umengameli Cyril Ramaphosa uzobe ehambisana nongqongqoshe empeleni nongqongqoshe zemisebenzi kuleli uthula Sinqisi nephathi mandla emnyangweni wakhe. Ukhomishana amaphoyisa eGauteng uJenene Elasmawela uthi uyabonakala umsebenzi wamaphoyisa kulesifundazwe njengoba eqhubeka nokulisana nobugebengu. Lokhu kusho ngenkathi ethula izibalo zobugebengu zesigamu sesine sonyaka wemali.
Ukhomishana wamaphoyisa eGauteng uJenene Elasmawela uthi ize kunzima ukuqedanya ubugebengu kodwa izinga lokwehla kwabo kusukela ngomasingana kuya kundasa nonyaka kuyabakhuthaza njengamaphoyisa ekuqhubekeni nokuqhamuka nendlela zokulwisana nabo umzwelaboya.
We might not have reduced the overall crime, however, we are pleased with the reduction in some of the other serious crimes, which indicate that we are slowly moving towards the desired outcome of reducing overall crime in the province.
Umawela uthi exameni kwabo ukwehlisa izinga lokubulalana eGauteng kunohlela baliqala lokuthungatha ibhame engekho emthethweni kanti uthi sebethole izingulungwane namakhulu ayisithupha namashumi ayisithupha nantathu.
As the province, we have long decided that for us to successfully reduce the murder rate, we have to deal decisively with the proliferation of illegal firearms and to aggressively be on the search for the dangerous weapon. We have managed to seize 1,663 firearms.
Bayizingulungwane eziyishumi nanhlanu namakhulu ayishiyagalolunye namashumi amabili abantu abakhalelwe amasongo kasigonyela ngenxa yobugebengu kulesi sifundazwe kulesi sigamu.
The arrests for the quarter under review for the category of counter crimes are 15,920.
Ukhomishana uqinisekise ukuthi bafuna kube namaphoyisa anele kulesi sifundazwe ukuze buzonqanda ubugebengu. Silindo kuhle ngidi endabeni ze-SABC.
Umvikelo umphakathi osamisiwe advocate ubusisiwe Mkhwebane ufuna ukuba khoxisa isigcawu sasePhalamende esiphenya ngobuqotho bakhe bokuba kulesi sikhundla ngemva kokuthi edalule ubufakazi athi bukhombisa amalungu eANC ePhalamende amathathu afuna ukugwazelwa umyeni wakhe.
Umkhwebane udalule inkulumo eqoshiwe yemhlangano emibili phakathi komyeni wakhe uMandla Sikhosana noPeterson kanjalo nemiyalezo ethunyelwe kuWhatsApp phakathi kukaNdasa kuze kuyoba ngasekupheleni kwawo lonyaka.
Therefore, in the public interest to release the evidence now, lest the investigations will be dragged on for years, like the Phala investigation by various state agencies such as SARS, SAB, the Hawks and Public Protector South Africa.
Ngenxa yalokho umkhwebane uthi leli komiti kufanele lihlakazwe noma ungenani kususwe usihlalo walo uRichard Janki. Uthi Ramaphosa wamisa emsebenzini wakhe ngenxa yokubuza imibuzo mayelana nokwebiwa kwemali epulazini lakhe iPhalaphala. Uthi neParliament nalo linecala njengoba usomlomo walo noSiviwe Maphisa Nqakula wanqaba ukulalela insolo zakhe zenkohlakalo.
Mr. Janji be removed from chairing the Section 194 committee, pending the outcomes of the criminal and the parliamentary investigations, or that the Section 194 committee be terminated with immediate effect, as it is now irretrievably and incurably tainted, poisoned and clearly driven by a predetermined outcome.
uMajodina benodanki bayasaziphika namanje lezi insolo bathi basalinde ubufakazi obuqinile kunalokho.
Umsolo kamuva oboshwe ecaleni likaThabo Bester unikwe isikhathi sokubashayela ucingo umndeni wakhe eZimbabwe. Uzobe senquma ukuthi uyamfuna yini ummeli kahulumeni noma uzozifunela ummeli wakhe ozommela. uZando Moyo ucele enkantolo ukuba imnike isikhathi sokubaxhumana nomndeni wakhe. Ungumsolo wesishagalolunye obandakanyeka ekweqeni kaThabo Bester jail eMangawungu ngoNhlaba nyakenye.
uZando Moyo ukudabuka eZimbabwe neminyaka ngama-31 ubudala ube yedwa enkantolo yemantshi yaseBloemfontein lapho bevela khona ukuqala. Usula ngokulekelela uThabo Bester kuba eqe ejele. uMoyo ubheke namacala okuhlukumeza isidumbu, ukukhwabanisa kanye nokufukamela ukufihla isiboshwa seqa ejele. Emaphepheni enkantolo kuchazwe ukuthi uMoyo walanda isidumbu sikaKahle Khobereng emakhazini asesibhedlela saseBloemfontein ngoMbasa nyakenye.
Sir, your request is hereby granted. You are afforded an opportunity to consult family members to consider issue of legal representation. The case is hereby remanded until the 20th day of June 2023.
Kuphindeke wabuza ngolimi likaMoyo elincela ebeleni, umshushisi wathi kufanele akhulume ulwimi lwakhe ukuze inkantolo iqhubeke necala.
I would also want him to be certain about the language, because he's a Zimbabwean, and I can follow from his responses that he's not that good in Zulu that he claims he's speaking. So he must be certain.
Icala ke likaMoyo lizohlanganiswa nelabanye abasola uma sebevele bonke enkantolo mhla zingama-20 kwephezulu.
Mbukeli sisathi iqweto lo masibuya sokuphathela uWT.
It's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man.
Obe ngumengameli waseMelika uDonald Trump waphike wonke amacala ngama-37 mayelana nokuphatha dedengu ulwazi olubucayi ngesikhathi esephuma njengomengameli wezwe empeleni wakulelazwe. Siphinde sikwamukele mbukeli uma ngabe usanda ngena odabeni oluhambe phambili besibika ukuthi uMengameli Cyril Ramaphosa usethelekile eGeneva eSwitzerland ukuyothamela ingqungquthela ezimsebenzi emhlabeni esingethwe inhlangano ebhekelele ezisebenzi emhlabeni i-International Labour Organization. Liyaqala kusasa ekuseni uhlelo lomnyango wezemfundo eGauteng lokubhaliswa kwabafundi abazoqala ugrade 1 nograde 8 kulesi sifundazwe ezikoleni zikahulumeni ngokubhalisa ngohlelo lwamakhompyutha online. Selokulaqala ke lolu hlelo lujwayele ukuba nenkinga. Ukwazi kabanzi ngalolu hlelo sizokhuluma ke nokhulumela umnyango wezemfundo esifundazweni eGauteng uSteve Mabona. Sikubingelele sikwamukele nomzana Mabona endabeni zasemini.
Ngibingelele bonke bakaMageba.
Siyazi ukuthi lolu hlelo selokulaqala kuba nenxushunxushu eziba khona. Ingabe kulonyaka khona yini mhlawumbe okuhlukile uma ngabe abazali bezoqala ukuthi bafake izicelo izingane zabo?
Lo hlelo lethu siyaye silibheke umnyaka yonke silungise la kufuze silungise khona. Sisebenzisana na wonke umuntu okhona lapha eminyangweni. Into esiyenzayo nje ukuthi inkathi zonke silungise. Manje ayikho into esingathi asiyenzanga izoyenza ukuthi singaqhubeki kahle ngalohlelo. Sibheke nje abazali uma sivula ngo-8 o'clock kusasa bangene lapha ku-gdeadmissions.gov.za bafake icelo zabo ngendlela yakhona.
Mnumzane Mabona, ngabe yini okufanele ukuthi abazali mhlambe bayilindele kulolu hlelo?
Ukuthi sisebenzisane nabo abazali benze konke okufuze bakwenze. Into ebalulekile ukuthi imininingwane yabo, ngikhuluma nje ngekheli o certificate njalo zonke into ezifunayo bazihlele kahle. Ama report kulabo abantwana abazoya ku grade 8 mase sibheke ke laba incwadi ze-clinic njalo. Yonke imininingwane kufuze bayiphathe ukuthi uma umuntu aqeda ukufaka isicelo bese uyayifaka ke le mininingwane ukuthi amalanga alikhomba angadluli umuntu angafaka imininingwane ngoba angeke sikwazi ukuthi simnikeze isikolo singanayo imininingwane. Iyo nje into esizozicelela yona leyo. Futhi ke bathatha umoya bawusephansi ngoba siqala kusasa kodwa sizoqeda nge-14 zaka July. Akusho ukuthi uma ungafakanga isicelo wena kusasa mhlambe uzozithola unganawo amathuba ngoba ikhona imithetho esisebenzisayo ukunikeza abantwana isikolo. Umuntu angathi nje mangafakanga isicelo namhlanje ngizothola mhlambe ngisemuva emjejeni. Asisebenzi kanjalo. Sisebenza nje ngokuthi umuntu uhlala kuphi nesikolo, amathuba wakhe ayaphakama, umuntu bahlala eduze nesikolo. Uma mhlambe umntwana wakubo okhona kuleso sikolo, mangabe usebenza eduze naso isikolo, into esizibhekayo lezo ukuthi umuntu simnikeze isikolo. So abantu bangathi nje ilanga ilelo kuphela baganu nabo bayogcwala kuyo zonke indawo bafuna ukufaka icelo isikhathi eside kakhulu.
Nokho kunye Mnumzane Mabona, akubona bonke abazali esingathi mhlambe ngezobuchwepheshe bathuthukesekile. Nibasiza kanjani labazali abengenalo ulwazi le-internet ekutheni bangene ku-online babhalise?
Izikolo zethu zonke abazali bangaya kizo bayocela babasize lapho. Emphakathini kunama library, ama-library wethu wonke sisebenzisana nomnyango we-sports bavumile ukuthi hayi no bazosiza. Futhi ke sinama district offices ngaphezulu kwalokho kunama office amanye esizowavula sisize umphakathi. Singasho nje ukuthi amalungiselelo lenziwe ukuthi umphakathi ukwazi ukusizakala ngendlela yakhona.
Njengoba liqala kusasa lolu hlelo luvulwa, ingabe umnyango wezemfundo uvive kangakanani ukulungeleni ukuthi uqale?
Iminyaka yonke uma siphothula ukubanikeza indawo zesikolo ngokuya kokucela kwabo, siyahlala phansi sibheke ukuthi inkinga kube yiziphi, abazali bathini bona singayenza lephi ushintsho njalo. Siyayisenze zonke lezi zinto siqale siyisebenze isystem ngoba umnyaka nonyaka kunento esizoyishintsha ezosiza ukuthi sisebenze kahle.
Sibonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho namhlanje mina endabeni zesiZulu Mnumzane Mabona. Lo kube kuSteve Mabona okhulumela umnyango wezemfundo esifundazweni eGauteng esicacisela kabanzi ngohlelo lokubhaliswa kwabafundi ba grade 1 no grade 8 online. Sihlabele phambili mbukeli. Isishayamathetho sikazwelonke sesivotele umthetho sivivinya wezempilo iNational Health Insurance. Njengoba amalungu amakhulu amabili empeleni angamakhulu amabili nanhlanu evumile lo mthetho. Manje lo mthetho sivivinya usudluliselwe ekomidini elibhekelele izifundazwe ukuze livunywe.
Legal framework for reforming of the system is now being laid. Of course, the journey is still halfway because it must still go through the National Council of Provinces, but it lays the foundation for an approach which can result in a situation where both the contribution from general fiscus collections from the revenue service, but also those contributions which many of us who have income are making into private into private insurance products generally called medical schemes.
Owabe ngumengameli waseMelika uDonald Trump waphike wonke amacala ngama-37 mayelana nokuphatha budedengu ulwazi olubucayi ngesikhathi esephuma njengomengameli wakuleli yazwe ngo-2021. uTrump uvele phambi kwenkantolo eMiami, Florida emva kokuzinikela kwabomthetho. Ziyanda-ke ingqinamba zezomthetho ebhekene noTrump njengoba ngoMbasa wavela enkantolo eManhattan eNew York mayelana-ke namacala okukhwabanisa ngesikhathi ekhankasela ubumengameli ngo-2016.
Lena inhlabalihide ezimoto zikaDonald Trump owabe engumengameli waseMelika ngesikhathi etheleke enkantolo eMiami lapho ephike khona amacala acela kwangama-40 ayamene nongaphathi ngendlela imqulu eyabe iqukethe imininingwane emayelana nezinhlelo zezwe zezikhali zenuzi nezinye eziphathelene nokuvikeleka kwezwe kanye-ke nokudazinkani ngesikhathi sekufanele abuyise lemqulu.
This is a hugely significant development. It's the first time in American history that a former president has been indicted on federal charges, and it comes shortly on the heels of the first time in American history that a former president had been indicted on state charges.
uTrump uke umile kwelokuthi umsulwa uthi ukushushiswa kwakhe kunenhleso ezombusazwe ngenhloso yokumnqanda ukungenela ukhetho lobumengameli ihlandla lesibili ngo-2024.
This has been going on for 7 years. They can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man, I'm an innocent person.
Kepha ungoti bezomthetho bathi zibucayi izinsolo abhekene nazo.
These questions of intent become very important. The closer and more attentive Trump has been to the location of the boxes, the harder it is for him to say, oh, it was just a mistake. It seems very clear that he was personally involved, that he had a lot to say about where the boxes were.
Kanti kukholakala ukuthi inkantolo iyalele uTrump kuba angazama ukuxhumana nofakazi kulamacala abhekene nawo.
Kubanjwe inkonzo yomncwabo kalowo wabe ngudokotela omkhulu ombutho ozokuvikela uJenene Uzola Dabula kwaBhaca Eastern Cape. Intatheli SABC uNkululeko Nyembezi usihlanganisele nawo umbiko.
Sakhulu ngenene sise Manfred kanye kwaBhaca apho ke kubekwa khona kusesikweni ugqirha uDr Dabula njengoba sasiba ke wathi ke wahlala indima enkulu eqinisekiseni bayilizwe loMzantsi Afrika liyakhululeka ngazo zonke izinto zakhumbula kana njalo kuba yayingugqirha owayeqinisekisa kuba impilo ka ungasekhoyo utata uNelson Mandela noko ayihambi ngokukhawuleza waqiniseka ukuba makaqiniseke ngempilo yakhe ukuba ke ayibi lento mhlawumbe abantu abaninzi basicingela ukuba iba iyo ngokufutshane kodwa ngoku sinaye ke uMEC wephondo umama uNomakhosana Math mhlawumbe uzosicakisela ukuba ngabe mhlawumbe siyamchaza njani uDr Dabula because sayiqonda ukuba zininto ezenzileyo emhlabeni.
Siyamzilela uDr Dabula kodwa siyamkhumbula siyambhiyoza simhlonipha simbulela kakhulu yena nefamily yakhe ngomsebenzi awenzileyo negalelo alidlalileyo ukuze sibe namhlanje singumZantsi Afrika okhululekileyo kuba akakhange abe ngugqirha qha usebenzise imfundo wasebenzisa isakhono sakhe nomsebenzi wakhe njengogqirha ukukhulula ilizwe loMzantsi Afrika ingakumbi ngexesha khona bekunzima apho enceda nama-comrade esiwakhumbulayo namhlanje amaninzi angasekhoyo.
Sibulela kakhulu nguloke ngu-MEC wesebe lezempilo kweliphondo leMpuma Koloni ngenene ke vakalisa ke amazwi okuba ke sithi untshu ngendlela edlalwe ngugqirha uDabula kuzinto ezininzi kulizwe loMzantsi Afrika. Manibuyele kuwe ke e-studio.
Lusephezulu uhwebo lerandi emakethe emini nje. Libiza u-18.54 edoleni laseMelika, libe ngu-23.38 kupondo, kanti lingu-20.01 kwi-euro. Ipula laseBotswana libiza u-1.38. Isephezulu inkomba yazabele JSE. Igolide libiza $1,949 i-ounce, iplatinum yona ibiza $979 i-ounce, oyile ongahluziwe ubiza $74.49 umphongolo. iBulls inethemba lokuthi izonqoba umdlalo wayo wama-semi-finals ne-Cheetahs eBloemfontein ngomqhudelwano we-Currie Cup ngomgqibelo.
Leli kwandulelo wamanqamu kwe-Currie Cup nokuyinto ebaluleke kakhulu kuleli qembu.
I think we had a rough start, but we definitely, how can I say, got back up on the horse towards the end of the season. And I mean, it's how you end, not how you start.
iBulls ihlulwe kuyona yombili imidlalo lapho yayibhekene khona neCheetahs emqhudelwaneni weCurrie Cup kule sizini.
Bloemfontein is always a special place to play, also a rich culture of rugby. So we're looking forward to the opportunity and to all the uitdagings wat ons gaan hê die naweek. Maar ons het verseker 'n step up om te maak van die naweek af, so ons sien uit daarna.
iBulls neCheetahs basanda ukubhekana emzuliswaneni wokugcina wesizini kanti kulomdlalo ozayo omabili amaqembu ayafuna ukunqoba. Umdlalo wama-semi-final wangomgqibelo uzobusho olukhulu kumaBulls.
Mbukela umhlahlo wesimo sezulu uyalandela emva kwekhefu. Mbukela siphinde sikwamukele endabeni. Khumbula ukuthi lezi indaba zikhona na ku YouTube, ngena kuyona uzicinge ngamagama athi SABC izindaba. Njengamanje ANC ibambe inkonzo yesikhumbuzo kalowo belilungu le-ANC eParliament uThina Jomet Peterson ngokudlula kwakhe emhlabeni ngesonto ledlule. Ake sicoshe bukhoma lenkonzo.
Over now to my co-chair, Comrade Regina, who's also one of our ANC deployees to the Northern Cape, to take over. Can we get a revolutionary song, a vibrant one, and give them to Sis Regina?
That's why I make money. That's why I make money. Amanda. Thank you so much, Deputy Chair, Comrade Bentley first.
Owengamele ezemali emkhandlwini waseGoli uDada Morero uthi kudingeka okungenani 4.3 billion wamarandi ngenyanga uqinisekisa ukuthi izakhamuzi zonke zinamanzi ahlanzekile. Nokushilo ukuthi okwamanje leyo mali ayikho, lokho kusho ukuthi kusho ngesikhathi ke ethula isabelo mali somkhandle Council of Chambers eBramfontein eGoli.
Lo 7.6 billion wamarandi osalayo emva kokukhokhela indleko zokuqhutshwa komkhandlu waseGoli muncane ukuthi ungabhekana nenkinga yamanzi uphinde ukhokhele ezinye izikweletu. Morero usegxeke indlela imali yomkhandlu ibisetshenziswa ngayo eminyakeni edlule.
Today our budget for 2023-2024 operational expenditure sits at 73.3 billion. Meanwhile, our capital expenditure stands at 7.6 billion for 2023-2024.
Njengoba nenkinga yogesi iqhubeka nje, umkhandlu usaqhubeka futhi nokubheka izixazululo ezihlukene ezamandla.
Through a feasibility study with clear timelines, City Power will commit to enter into long-term power purchase agreements with IPPs for the purchase of renewables.
EDA ithi lesi sabelo mali asiphusile.
It is a budget that, if we look at from the adjustment budget, we went down to 71 billion. We now have jumped back up to 80.9 billion. So it's extremely unrealistic budget.
Nokho intsha ebithamele lesabelo mali yona ithi inethemba.
The load shedding crisis, it will help us as matriculants, like we will have electricity to study, because the candles that we have nowadays, it doesn't even work, like you can't really see.
Lesabelo mali sonyaka ka-2023 kuya ku-2024 sisazodingidwa kahle amalungu esishaya mthetho namhlanje.
Ungqongqoshe zamajele uRonald Lamula ukuphikile ukuthi empeleni sibehlulile isicelo sokubuyisa amadodana akwaGupta eUnited Arab Emirates. Lamula uthi ke kunengxoxo ezintsha phakathi kwelakuleli nakuleli yazwe ukuze kuvuselele ukubuyiswa kwamadodana akwaGupta. Ungqongqoshe ubephendula imibuzo eParliament ngokwehluleka ukubuyisa abantu kuleli.
Iparlamente iye yabamba ingxoxo mpikiswano ngenzame zomzantsi Afrika zokuzama ukubuyisa iGuptas. Oku kuvela emva kokuba isicelo somzantsi Afrika sokubuyisa iGuptas sichithiwe yinkundla yase-United Arab Emirates ngoFebruwari. Isicelo somzantsi Afrika sichithwe ngokuba umsela wengwe owakhutshelwa iGuptas wayephelelwe.
There is a paper or a document that is missing. As honorable members are saying that there was a defective cancelled warrant of arrest. The prosecuting authority here in South Africa is duty bound to say to the requesting state, there is this document that is missing, we are unable to process your matter, please bring that document. And this is in line with the convention. You don't shock the requested state with the outcome of the court.
Uthi iUAE bekumele iye yathetha-thethana noMzantsi Afrika phambi kokuba isigqibo senkundla sikhutshwe kwaye umphathiswa ufuna elazwe lichutshise iGuptas.
The fact that the judgment in the UAE has said that they've got competent jurisdiction. So in line with this agreement, it means they are obliged to prosecute on a charge of money laundering. But they've been let loose and released without them being charged, without respecting the content of this bilateral agreement, Article 5. So where is the incompetency of the South African government?
Amaqela aphikisayo athi urhulumente weli ubhetyebhetye.
Of the state-to-state engagement or non-engagement behind the scenes, we know very little. Given the failure in which South Africa was an applicant in a UAE court, we have questions about whether we consulted the right people in the UAE.
The inability to secure the extradition of the Gupta brothers raises questions about the effectiveness of diplomatic engagement and the extent to which political factors influence the outcome of the case.
The UAE refused our request because of a number of foolish administrative and legal mistakes from our side. This was a ruling made by a court in that country.
Technical mistakes in the bungling of this extradition is a clear indication that government is sleeping at the wheel and tripping from one failure to another.
This failed
extradition of the Gupta brothers is once again a sign of the incompetence, but also the lack of consequences for those who transgress.
The NPA indicated that all the boxes were ticked. One has to ask the question, is this incompetence or is it deliberate?
South Africa is committed to upholding these principles and therefore cannot interfere with legal processes of UAE. The failure to extradite persons implicated in corruption has nothing to do with the government's negligence or lack of will.
Ulamola uthi urhulumente uzimisele ekuqinisekiseni kuba iGuptas ziyatshutshiswa kweli. Kwiindaba ze-SABC, Dingubulelani Philip eParlamente.
Isikhungo esibhekele izitimela kuleli prasa sithi sisebenza ngokubambisana nophiko oluphenya amacala abucayi SIU. Emva kophenyo iprasa ithole ukuthi yabe ngelona iqinisa imbiko yadalula ukuthi kunezisebenzi ezibhalisiwe ezingeqa ey'nkulungwaneni ey'ntathu engabonana ngokhalo kulesi sikhungo. Lokhu kuvele phambi kwekomidi lePhalamende elibhekelele ezokuthutha.
Ekuqaleni kwabekwa ukuthi kunezisebenzi ezingaphezulu kwezinkulungwane ezintathu ezingalibhadi emsebenzini. Lezi zisebenzi kuthiwa zabe ziholelwa nyanga zonke. Manje-ke iprasa isishaya ingweji khwebo ithempeleni lezi zisebenzi eziyizibhoki azifiki kulesibalo.
That had not come forward. It was shortly also after the lockdown period in terms of people still being on leave. Some may not have got the message. There were quite a few, I remember, on sick leave, maternity leave and so forth.
Yize kunjalo isikhulu esiphezulu kulesi sikhungo senqabile ukudalula ukuthi empeleni zingakulezi zisebenzi ezingabonwa. Ikomiti libese lizwakalisa ukukhathazeka lanxusa iprasa ukuba ithathe izinyathelo ezinqala ukubhekana nale nkinga.
The 3,000 inverted commas alleged ghost personnel. And you were at pain to explain and justify that 3,000. I can hear from your voice. I would have loved if you would have indicated to us that for them to come forward, you would have frozen their salary.
Isikhulu esiphezulu kule nkampani sithi mkhulu umsebenzi osuvele wenziwe.
We also need to be able to very clearly articulate what is coming out of this process. What I've indicated is the 3,000 that was there. It is not 3,000 ghost workers, that we can confirm. That was the 3,000 that had not verified themselves at the time. We've gone through that process, and part of that process was to freeze salaries.
Siphethe ngokuthi SIU yaqhubeka kwenza uphenyo malungana namacala asevuliwe ngalolu daba.
Luphezulu uhwebo lerandi emakethe namhlanje. Libizo 18 rand 54 cents edoleni laseMelika, libe ngu23 rand 38 cents kupondo kanti lingu 20 rand 21 cent empeleni kwi-euro. Ipula lesiBotswana libiza u1 rand 38 cents. Isitshe sivale inkomba yazabele iphezulu. Igolide libiza $1,949 i-ounce, iplatinum yona ibiza $979 i-ounce, oil ongahluziwe ubiza $74.49 umphongolo. Umqeqeshi weCheetahs uHowis Fourie uthi iqembu lakhe lizoqala kangcono umdlalo walo wandulelo wamanqamu eCurrie Cup uma selibhekene neBulls kulempela sonto eBloemfontein.
iBulls iqale kahle ngesikhathi ibhene Cheetahs eLoftus-Versfeld ngempela sonto edlule, kodwa liqembu laseFree State lilekwazi kwasekugcineni ngisho ngemuva ukuthi uAldrich Low ethola ikhadi elibomvu. iCheetahs iyazi ukuthi lo mdlalo owandulelo wamanqamu eBloemfontein umqoka kakhulu.
So we have to start better, be switched on from the first minute. Both teams will be desperate to get into the final, so there's a lot at stake, and we haven't got a second chance this weekend. If we lost, we still would have been maybe second on the log, which was not too bad, but the coming weekend the loser will be out, so it's a big game for both of us.
iBulls yaziwa njengeqembu elithanda ukuhlasela, kodwa iCheetahs ethi kulungele lokhu.
Everyone is hungry. I mean, the team that wanted more is going to get it, so there's no second chance in this game. It's a do or die, and everybody understands the situation of the game, that this is the game that we want and you have to earn it, you have to make the most of it.
Lo mdlalo uzoqala ngehora lesithathu ntambama ngomgqibelo eBloemfontein.
Bukele lezi ndaba ziyaqhubeka esiteshini sezindaba se-SABC esisakaza indaba ngolimi labele ubusuku nemini ku-DTT. Wena usibukele ku-SABC 1 sale kahle kwamanje.